Recognize the risk of data corruption in a network environment. Okay, first of all, I want to mention that many of the data that is corrupted or erased by hackers is because of the chip of the smartphone. Well, and that's the reason I put just like a small chip here. For example, in this case, as a Mac, that we need to be sure that many of the issues that correspond for erase and corrupted data is because from the chipset. Sometimes, obviously, there is not a. It will be a good hacker that it will be corrupt the data. It will be the person will try to enter to the chipset and will store your data, or even can erase it. So how the hackers can do that? Well, actually, for example, every time that you install a system update, is a high risk that is a high possibility that someone can enter to your data, or even their own company who wants to update. They want to simulate that it's an update, but actually maybe is to track the person, the specific person. This is why, because maybe it's asked for the FBI, the CIA, and another agencies that they work in secret, in secret or against the public. Uh, Usually, the cell phone, the smartphone has many antennas, so that's the way that the smartphone can get internet from them. But the problem is that sometimes it could be very secure from one antenna to another, but to the next one, it can be easily stolen from the another person who want to sniff from that smartphone. How they can get that information? They usually get a sender MAC address, and with that, they can take the information from the cell phone. Obviously, not it's not easy to get that information, but there is genius people that can really do that. So remember that every time that you want to, for example, use your GPS, just try to use it as minimal possible, and as soon as you can just finish your uh, as soon as you get your location, remember that it's very convenient to just turn off the GPS. So this is one of the things that you can do in order to don't be hacked, and that person can erase or corrupt your information. Well, as something that I want to mention is how the government, how the agencies can track you. Well, this is just a small example. I couldn't put, but up here, imagine that there is an antenna. So that antenna give internet, give all this kind of information, data information from each cell phone person. And as you can see, every cell phone is easily tracked, and obviously because we are registered for that, obviously the agencies can easily track you. There is another image that shows how someone can be tracked, and this is, for example, this is a target phone. This is the tower A, the tower B. So this is different antennas, and this is how someone can be tracked easily. Okay. Other thing that, for example, we can do in order to don't be hacked and be erased or data. Remember that you can use your airplane mode in mode off. Another thing is that you can sometimes use mm, um, you can buy this kind of cell phones, flip flop I think is the name, and just get a small prepaid, so it would be easy. For example, in some countries you don't need to register your cell phone, so you can use it just for a couple hours, a couple days or weeks, and you can just change to another cell phone, so you will have a different numbers phone. Other way is there is a softwares like Replicant that they actually they are totally free, and it's an Android distribution running on several devices. So this software is putting the emphasis on freedom and at the same time in the privacy and security. One of the things that, for example, it was a few years ago, it was in the UK, that it was a news that the SIM card frame links to these agencies were hacked, and even though that chips they were encrypted, it was the hacker actually, even with the encrypted information, the hacker could enter to the data information from that cell phones.